Hello and welcome to my next video on my YouTube channel Unapologetic with Lorelei. Today I'm standing on an open field with quite some wind, and that's one of the reasons I chose this, because I wanted to avoid some branches from the trees coming on top of my head. So I'll be showing you a little bit around here, and I like the open space from it. I mean, you can say they're just fields, but for me it's more than that. I love the open space and the wind, and it's like you walk on the seaside with the wind through your hair and to your face, and it's lovely. As far as I'm concerned, it's lovely. But of course, there is also another topic to be discussed here, and that is the one that the wound, a silent wound, to say it a little bit dramatically perhaps, can bring like a step parent. In my case, I was 5 years of age when my father died. We stayed together, me and my mother and my sister, for about 6 years. And my mother met another man and came to live in our house. And as two little girls, I was five. No, that's not true. My father died when I was five. So I was about 10, 11 years of age, and my sister 15, when this man came to our house. And well, you all hope for something new, exciting, and another form of, you're looking for another kind of love, because that's what you're hoping for, and you hope to see your mom happy. But when that isn't happening, then some other things happen that really shape you. And I don't mean just the trauma that you carry with you, but there's also another side to it, which is a little bit contradictory, but also show you your strong sides. And it's not the nicest way to discover your strong sides, but that's just the way it happens sometimes. And but I'm going to flip the screen and show you a little bit around here of where I am at this moment. And I hope you stay with me and walk with me. And I'll be talking more about the topic that step parents can cause. They might as well be positive or negative. It's up to you. I mean, I know people who have a great step parent, and everything went so well. So that's really good for them. But it can also turn out differently, and it can be quite hurtful, and can be some severe life lessons there. So I'm going to flip the screen and talk with you on the other side of the screen. I see you there. Right, so here I am showing you a little bit around of the area where I am at this particular moment. It's beautiful still, as far as I'm concerned. I like the rawness of nature sometimes. It's impressive. Makes you feel humble sometimes. Especially, I love skies as well. I don't know if you love skies, but I have a thing for skies. They're changing all the time, and they're so arrogant. They just completely do what they want to do, and I love the boldness of the sky sometimes. But okay, that's my poetic myself at the moment. But what I wanted to talk with you about is what I just started to talk about already. Actually, is about the wounds that can bring something that happened in you when you're young. And in this case, it's about step parents who can really cause quite some damage. And as I said, of course, there are also step parents who are doing the world a good. But yeah, those are the lucky ones, I suppose, or not the lucky ones. Perhaps I just was the unlucky one. But as I said, this person, this man, came into our lives and came to live with us, with me, my mother, and my sister. And instead of it bringing a lot of joy and happiness and new things and love and stability, and well, none of that happened actually. What really happened was it brought a lot of fear, a lot of tension, and lots of confusion, because it's very strange how a person can be there and just makes you feel unsafe. As a child, you can't put your finger on it what it is. And it took me years to understand, like, it's not about me. It's not about me or my sister or my mother. It was about the kind of person he was. And afterwards, years and years and years later, then you hear family from this particular person's side saying, yes, we never understood how you guys could keep up with him and put up with him, rather. Not keep up, put up with him. Sorry. By now you must have gathered my English is not my mother tongue. So I'll be doing my best, and hopefully in every video I try to improve a little bit. And but I really hope you can still follow what I'm saying. It's like when you lose a parent very young, and you already have a lot of fragility which is not always showing on the inside, then when somebody new enters into your life, then you have the hope for lots of positive things, and it's just really, really, really fast started to clash with the reality of it. It started to sneak in slowly but surely, because you want to give it all a chance, and you make excuses, and you, I don't know, especially as a child, you don't even really know what's happening, and but the situation over the years got really worse and worse and worse, and it was all in a, well, I never had heard at that time about narcissistic personalities, but I can assure you it definitely was. And my mother was still grieving about my father. I don't think she ever got over him because she was a very young widow. And she just never knew. She never understood what happened either, I think. She wasn't capable of resisting all that heavy force from this narcissistic person that came onto her. She was also frightened. And yeah, as a child, you witness all of that, and it hacks into your system. And I saw things happening that shaped my view on things to say, that ain't never gonna happen in my relationship. I would never, ever, ever do that. So, yeah, you're prepared for certain things, like, you're ready when that hits you in your own relationship when you grow older. Then you say, no way, I recognize this from far away, and I know the damage it can do. So no, it's just going to have to stop, and this relationship is a no-go. But apparently what happened at that time when I was thinking like that, or when I started to think like that, um, I never realized at that moment that it was actually a silent wound from because you can't talk too much with people about it, because people won't understand, or they talk, they tone it down or whatever. But this lesson of what I witnessed between my mother and this stepfather, and the way he was dealing with us, handling with us. He never was a stepfather. He was just a man living in the house, and just didn't seem to go away. Sorry to say so, but it also taught me, and that's a beautiful thing about it. It's not a nice way of learning it, but you are learning it. It taught me how to observe, and how to anticipate, and also how to protect myself, and how to survive without losing myself, and without giving in to an unpleasant or toxic presence in your life, and even to prevent a toxic person like that entering your life. I never really blamed my mother, because I could see from when I was very young, she just didn't have the strength to resist all of this, and to fight against it, and to start again all over again. And it was a different time, different era, different generation. I can't really, there's no point blaming her. It's just just a pity. That's what it is. And as I said, from all the wounds that you carry with you from those days, that really, yeah, they are in your system, no matter how much you try to deny it or not think about it. But as I said, you can turn it around and make it a strength. Learned in not the nicest way, but it is a strength that you learned. And it also became it became a great lesson in resilience, which is always handy to have that in your life, because resilience, I believe, that's an art you really can't do without in life, because there's so many situations you can come across, and you have to be resilient, because things can happen and just blow up in your face without realizing it. Not all life is bad, of course. I hope not, anyhow, not for you. But beautiful things can happen, and beautiful things can suddenly appear in your life as well. But as the topic for today was the wounds of a stepfather, I can say, as a child and growing up, you never. I actually stopped asking for people to understand, or and I knew they just couldn't give it anyhow. They couldn't understand it. They couldn't give any support or any advice, and that's where it is. And then what happens, or what happened to me, is I started to create, already from a young age, my own space, my own inner peace, and my own calm. I don't even think I was realizing it to the fullness of it. Oh, by the way, can you see this raw sky here? It's so beautiful. This gray sky is coming up. and I'm afraid it's going to come my way with lots of rain in it. But anyhow, I will see it when it gets here. And finding all of that, I did it my way, and my sister did it her way. She found her boyfriend at a very young age. They got married together very young. They had 2 children, and they're still together at the older age that we are now. I'm 63 years of age, so yes, I've had my share of reflection on the whole situation. And I don't know if this any of this resonates with you, or you know people in your life around you, whether it's family or colleagues or friends, and they might need to see this what I'm saying now, or hear this, or maybe you can tell them, and or tell yourself if you are in a situation like that, or you have been, or you have gone through a situation that it might be helpful to know how to a little bit of deal with it. If you can't really beat it, then you might temporarily have to join it, and then make your plans and your move whenever its time is right, and you can do it in your way and your time. And I think that applies for lots of things in life, but it also applies for this when you're having to deal with a step parent that is really, really damaging your sense of safety and your feelings of love and being loved. And yes, I think if you don't have to deal with this in your life, then that's great for you. But if you have to, know you can, and know you can deal with it, whether it's at a young age or or a little bit later, 20s, 30s, or even, I'm in my 60s now, and you can deal with it, and you can work it out. You can, and I think you owe it to yourself anyhow. But see how far and how strong you became despite all the things you had to go through. And by saying that, I hope you liked my video. I hope that you liked the surrounding, the environment that I am here at the moment. And I hope to see you in my next video, of course. And by saying that, I first would really like you to take care of yourself. Take really, really good care of yourself, and your loved ones. Absolutely, that as well. And I hope to see you in my next video. And I wish you a good day. Bye.